So I suspect many of you will be, was slightly underwhelmed when Thomas Tuchel announced his World Cup squad. But let's go and see if we can win Dan Burn and Djed Spence a World Cup winners medal. So Thomas Tuchel raised a few eyebrows when he announced his World Cup squad. There was a lot of players missing, the likes of Foden's, Palmer's, Maguire's, Luke Shaw's, Morgan Gibbs-White, who everyone thought was going to be nailed on to get into the squad. And yeah, a lot of players that I was quite surprised that he picked. We're playing Championship Manager 0102 with the updated database. I've put together the England squad that Tuchel has picked. And we're going to play through the World Cup and see if we can win it with Tuchel's squad. As we're playing on 0102, you'll see that although Tuchel has picked 26 players for his squad, I can only select 23, a maximum of 23. So I have made some omissions from that squad. We're going with 2 goalkeepers instead of 3. James Trafford is staying at home. And I've also left out Anthony Gordon and Noni Madueke, mainly because, as you can probably see from the positions that I've got here, I'm not planning on playing with wide men. And I feel like if we do end up playing with wide men, we've still got Eze, Saka, Rodgers, Rashford that can do a job out wide for us. Yeah, it's just a strange squad, isn't it? It just doesn't feel right going to a World Cup without like a Harry Maguire or someone like that in there. I personally feel the squad's really, really light. Inexperience at the back. I would have loved to have seen a Harry Maguire in there. I don't really know what Djed Spence is doing there. Dan Burn, I mean, he's had a fairly average season with Newcastle. My concern is that right back, Reece James. I don't know if he's going to be able to play. Well, I mean, for Chelsea, I'm a Chelsea fan, and he can't play more than 2 games in a week for Chelsea. So what makes him think that he's going to be a good pick for the World Cup? I don't know. Midfield, I think it's a little bit light. The Jordan Henderson pick surprised me, as did Ivan Toney up front, actually, to be fair. But I think we've got enough going forward to cause teams a problem. It's just at the back that I am a little bit concerned. As we are playing Championship Manager 0102 with an updated database, we have got the same World Cup format as the World Cup 2002. So our World Cup group is slightly different to what it will be in the summer in about a week's time for the boys. We do have to play Argentina, Nigeria and Sweden as part of the group. As you can see, it's a very, very good Argentina side. It's not the sort of team that you want to be drawing in a group stage. And Nigeria, I mean, they've got the likes of Boniface and Osimhen and Lookman in there. Sweden, I mean, we all know about Alexander Isak. Gyökeres is in there. Alanga's in there. Kulusevski. It's going to be a tough group. Let's be real. It's going to be a tough group. But I'm hoping that we have got enough to get us through it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of the system we're using my beard ball diamond, the narrow diamond, with essentially it becomes a 4-3-3 with the number 10 pushing up. You can kind of see I've already mapped out what I think my starting 11 would be. Pickford, O'Reilly, Gay, Stones and James at right back. Again, question marks over whether James is going to be able to play this high volume of games in such a short space of time. Midfield kind of picks itself for me based on what they've got. Rice, Mainu, Bellingham and Rodgers. I think I like Elliot Anderson. I can imagine he is going to play a part in this World Cup. Possibly in for Mainu, possibly in for Rodgers and Bellingham becoming the 10, who knows. And up front, Saka, not a traditional striker, but he's scored a lot of goals this season in game for Arsenal. And I think he's got the attributes to be able to partner Harry Kane pretty well. My other thought was, do we move Kane kind of into this position where he's a bit deeper, which he likes to do. He likes to drop a bit deeper in real life, and then he's still pushing up into that front 2 to make it a 3. But I don't know. We've got the likes of Watkins. We've got the likes of Toney on the bench. Rashford, of course, as well, that can come on and hopefully change a game if we need it. Right then, here we go, our first game of the tournament against Sweden. And I've gone with that starting 11 that I showed you a few minutes ago. And on the bench, I've gone for Henderson, Dean Henderson, that is. Konza, Livramento, I think, gives us cover across that back line. Anderson, Eze gives us cover for all the different midfield positions that we could possibly need, and then Rashford and Watkins as the attacking options, meaning that Burn, Henderson, Tony, Spence and Kwanzaa do miss out. But I think we've got enough on the bench to cover just about every possibility. But let's go. Let's get into it. Can we win the World Cup with Thomas Tuchel's England squad? As I say, it's going to be a tough group to get through. Sweden are no mugs, Nigeria are no mugs, and Argentina are current world champions. So not an ideal group, let's be honest. But we're, 25 minutes in. It's still 0-0. Tuchel's boys are holding their own. I look at the squad he's picked, and I couldn't tell you what system he's playing. We've gone 1-0 down. Alexander Isak, who we highlighted as one of their danger men, has gone and scored. He's made it 1-0 to Sweden just before half time. In a game that we're not really being outplayed by the looks of it. We have created chances. It's just that we haven't been able to get the ball in the back of the net. Bellingham and Rodgers struggling. Reece James struggling. This is for form, that is. Condition-wise, the boys all kind of look okay. I don't want to do a Gareth Southgate and leave it too late, but I'm not going to make any changes at half time in this first game just yet. I'm gonna trust my gut in that we've got the quality on the pitch to be able to get back into the game. And get back into the game we do. Jude Bellingham, who was one of the players that I was maybe contemplating, do we need to make a change? And the being back on level terms has not lasted long. Right, it's 2-2. Harry Kane has equalised. This is the beauty of Championship Manager 0102. Life comes at you fast on this game. What do we need? Do we need a bit more balance in midfield? Have we got too many attacking players with Rodgers and Bellingham in there? I should say that I've literally just jumped straight in. This is my first game playing with this squad, so I don't really have any experience of using these players. We're going to do kind of what we talked about, bring Anderson in, hopefully give a bit more balance to that midfield three and let Bellingham push up a little bit instead of Rodgers, who wasn't having the greatest of games. I mean, a draw in the first game is not a disaster. It's not the end of the world. A defeat isn't great, obviously. Can we nick something here? We've made the one change. We've got two more that we can make. We're going to do Saka for Rashford, I think. And is there anybody struggling? Reece James, we spoke about his fitness and my concerns with that beforehand, and he is the one on the pitch that is flagging the most. Harry Kane has popped up with a goal, as he tends to do in the big games in the tournaments. Is that going to be enough? It is. Harry Kane getting a double to be fair to him, but scoring the winner in the 87th minute to put us top of the group. But we're the only team that have played, so we won't look too much into that, I don't think. Argentina have beaten Nigeria 2-1, which is probably closer than I thought it would be. And again, it's a late goal to win the game for them. Martinez has got a brace, 89th minute, slightly later than Kane's winner against Sweden. But to be fair to Nigeria, they've given a good account of themselves there. Okay, so Sweden and Nigeria have played their second game of the tournament. Sweden with a 1-0 win against Nigeria should pretty much, I'd imagine, put Nigeria out of it. Yeah, 0 points after 2 games. It kind of makes things fairly straightforward for us. Don't lose against Argentina and then go and beat Nigeria and we should be okay. But we've got to play Argentina, and not losing to Argentina is probably a taller ask than what I'm making it out to be. Do we change the side is the question I've got. Do we change the side? Do we bring in Elliot Anderson, which I kind of knew I always would at some point? For me, again, it was just about that balance. So maybe Anderson comes into the midfield. Bellingham in the 10. Morgan Rogers dropped down to the bench. I mean, yeah, I reckon so. Other than that, the lads all played pretty well in the last game. Right. Kickoff against Argentina. No Messi in their squad, but they do have Martinez, Matthias Soule, Garnacho's there, McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, Foyth, Molina, Romero, Senesi, Soler, and Martinez. This is a very, very good Argentina side. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I'll take a draw against Argentina right now, if I'm honest. And so far, so good. It's 0-0. Or is it? It's 1-0. Nico O'Reilly put us 1-0 ahead, and Lautaro Martinez, who scored 2 against Nigeria, I believe it was, has equalised. Jude Bellingham now getting himself in on the act. 2-1 at half-time to England. Maybe that was a good move, moving Bellingham into the 10. Yeah, 5 shots, 5 on target. Pretty efficient with 2 goals. Argentina 2 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. It's probably even more efficient in terms of the shots on target to goal ratio for Argentina. Again, we'll just check the condition a little bit. Keep an eye on Mainu, who did get a yellow card in that first game, played the full 90, and he isn't playing great now. So maybe we'll just monitor him just for the first few minutes of this half. We certainly don't want to risk injury, and we can't afford any suspension, especially in that midfield, because then we'll be looking at maybe the likes of Jordan Henderson to come in, which I didn't really think I would be saying at any point. Yeah, I think we are going to take off Mainu. And we are going to bring on maybe an Eze. Is it an Eze maybe? Or could we, here's a thought, take off Mainu, put on Tino, put James in as the holding midfielder maybe, and push Rice up one. Again, I'm just thinking about the balance in midfield with Bellingham bombing on. We've got Rice, we've got Anderson, we've got James, all fairly defensive-minded to try and see this out, because this would be a very, very nice win. Just wondering if there's anybody else. We're at 17 minutes now. Probably should make a double change. There's nobody else really I want to bring off in that midfield just yet. Let's stick with the one change for now, because if we get this win, we could potentially rotate a bit against Nigeria. And we're going to drop our mentality down to normal off attacking for this last 20 minutes and hope that it doesn't invite Argentina onto us too much. I'm glad I'm not managing Argentina in this video, because it is pretty difficult to make out what is going on in their commentary with the white and the sky blue. But massive win for England against Argentina. Bellingham, man of the match. Nico O'Reilly coming into his own and getting his first goal for England as well. What a time for him to do it. And that pretty much sets us up for a fairly straightforward game against Nigeria. We are all but through, as Argentina and Sweden have to play each other next. So that's us through, right? There's not a situation where we don't go through here. It's just whether or not we go through top or second. That's a good position to be in. So we're going to be playing our game against Nigeria at the same time as Sweden versus Argentina. I think I'm right in saying that. There is no situation where we can't go through because Argentina are playing Sweden. Surely that's right. If Argentina were playing Nigeria and we were playing Sweden, then it might be different. I think that's right. So we are going to rotate. We are going to rotate a little bit. Let's bring some of these lads in. We're going to do Djed, Spence at left back. In fact, let's clear the squad. Let's start from scratch. We're going to go Pickford. We're going to go Spence, Livramento, Kwanzaa, Dan Burn. There's not really much rotating we can do in this midfield. Henderson is going to come in and play. I don't want to risk Mainu or Kana, who are both on yellows. So if we did probably, what do we do here? Rice. We'll do Rice and Eze with Rogers. Who haven't we seen? We haven't seen Tony and Watkins. There we go. So it is a complete rotation almost. In fact, I think, do we go Ezri Konsa instead of Dan Burn? I think we do. We're going to go Ezri Konsa instead of Dan Burn. Yeah, I just feel a bit more comfortable with that. Reece James and O'Reilly on the bench, as is Anderson. I don't want to risk Mainu at all, really. So we'll go Bellingham, we'll go Saka, we'll go Rashford. We'll drop Kane as well. We don't necessarily need anything from this game. This is just about getting through the group unscathed in terms of injuries and suspensions for me right now. Oh my God. Getting through the group unscathed without injury or suspension. And as I said the word suspension, Pickford got himself sent off. Wow. Wow. We'll take off Eze. Sorry, Eze. We'll bring on Dean Henderson. He's getting a World Cup appearance. He's gonna get a few more. I'm slightly worried about the fact that we've only got one goalkeeper in the squad now. Osimhen scores the penalty. Dean Henderson is on and in the sticks. Nigeria are 1-0 up. I'm just second guessing myself, but there is no way we can't qualify. So we're good. We're good no matter what happens here. Although I'd rather not get absolutely walloped by Nigeria, if I'm completely honest. Especially after we grafted against Sweden, we got a good win against Argentina. To find ourselves 2-0 down at half time against Nigeria, who haven't won a game yet, is worrying. And it does say a lot about the depth in the squad, which is, I think, why a lot of people have got concerns with this squad in real life. You know, once you go past that sort of first 11, what have you got? You know, what have you got? You've got Jarell Quansah and Djed Spence at the back. You know, it is a worry. The only player I'm worried about now is Rice, who's doing okay fitness-wise, but I don't think there's any point in risking him. So he's going to take no further action in this game. Elliot Anderson is going to come on. Is there anything we can do to get back into this game? Maybe Rashford on for Tony. I'm hoping this doesn't destroy morale, really. I'm really hoping this doesn't destroy morale. It shouldn't do, should it? No. But I think we are going to have to take the defeat against Nigeria. But we do still finish top on goal difference, maybe? Not on goal difference, on head-to-head against Argentina. So we have finished top of the group, which is, what more can you ask for, really? Yeah, let's see who we get in the next round. Ireland. We've got Ireland. It's favourable, really, isn't it? It is favourable. We've got Denmark, Slovenia, which is, you know, not a bad tie. Portugal, Turkey, Germany, Argentina is a big one. Belgium, Ecuador, Spain, France is a big one. Brazil, Poland, England, Ireland, Croatia, Japan. So, yeah, I have to say, no disrespect to the Irish. I'm part Irish. But that is a particularly favourable draw for us, I would say. Jobe Bellingham is playing for Ireland. He's got 5 caps. He is playing for Ireland. So we're going to have a battle of the Bellinghams, I'd imagine, in that midfield. I'm just looking at some of these results come through from the second round. Denmark are through. Turkey have knocked out Portugal. And I'll be honest, in real life, I've kind of got Portugal down as my dark horses for the competition. I think they've got such a good young squad, some great players in it. FM players all know all about the Portuguese players in that squad. So I'm kind of surprised they've gone out to Turkey so early. Belgium are through against Ecuador. Germany, Argentina. This is a big one. Argentina are through against Germany. Poland have knocked out Brazil. Wow, on penalties as well. Wow, wow, wow. A bit of a boring game, really. Only 3 shots on target between the two teams. Lewandowski missed his penalty as well. João Pedro missed, and Vinny Jr. missed. What a player to miss. They both had men sent off as well. I say it's a boring game. It's not really that boring when both teams were down to 10. Brazil were down to 10 for a long, long period. Richarlison getting himself sent off. Wow. Whoever wins out of England and Ireland could be in line for a favourable draw as well. Now, this is another big one. Spain versus France. And France have knocked out Spain, the Euros holders. Croatia, Japan. Japan comfortably 4-1 through against Croatia. But here's the big one for us. England versus Ireland. How long is Jordan Pickford suspended for? Only 1 match. Okay. Henderson in goal. That decision makes itself, really, doesn't it? O'Reilly, James. Is it Gay and Stones? I think it is. I don't think anybody that played in that last game filled me with too much confidence about breaking into this side. We're going to go Declan Rice. We're going to go Anderson, Mainu, Bellingham in the 10. And it is going to be Saka, and it is going to be Kane. Kane, who, he scored a couple of goals. We haven't seen too much of him, I don't think. On the bench, Konza, Livramento. That's Konza, not Kwanzaa. That's another one I can see myself getting mixed up with. Livramento. It's going to have to be Henderson, Rodgers. And then do we go maybe Rashford, Tony, Watkins? Now we're in the knockouts. I feel like we need as many attacking options on the bench as possible. But yeah, I'm comfortable with that, I think. We're going to stick with this diamond formation that seems to be working pretty well for us. We're going to go and play Ireland in the second round of the World Cup. Knockout football. And it's a local one for us. Saka has got his first goal of the tournament and puts us 1-0 ahead. I've just seen Dewsbury Hall is playing for Ireland as well. That surprised me a little bit. Bellingham is playing. What system are they playing? Is he playing centre mid? He is. So at some point he's going to have some sort of confrontation, I imagine, with big brother Djed. And I'm hoping it is Djed that comes out on top. Saka has scored his second. We're looking good. We're looking good. It feels comfortable. Anderson scored a third. This should be game over. Good night, unless something really, really bad happens. But I don't think it is. I think this is just about game management now. Let's not do anything silly. Let's not get a goalkeeper sent off. Let's check conditions. The boys are handling this tournament pretty well, I'd say. Reece James is holding it together for now, so we're not going to make any subs at half time. Have Ireland made any changes? No, they're still sticking with a 4-4-2. And wide men notoriously on Championship Manager 102 is not the way to go. Narrow formations do seem to work a lot better. Anderson's got his 4th. Fair play to him. We're going to take Kane off. We're going to rest Kane and bring on Ollie Watkins. We're going to rest Djed and bring on Morgan Rogers. And I think, looking at key men, we should probably look at Declan Rice for Henderson. I don't think that is going to do us any harm at this stage. And we're going to keep on attacking as well. I was going to take it off attacking, but we are going to keep it on attacking and just see how many more these boys can get. It's going to be a big confidence boost for the likes of Saka, who we've asked to play in a different formation, at a different position, sorry. Rodgers has gone off injured not long after coming on. Literally a couple of minutes after coming on. I'm kind of regretting making 3 subs all at once now, but that could have been Jude Bellingham, to be fair. If it was on the end of a bad tackle, that could have been Jude. So we're going to continue with 10 men, and Ireland have scored. So we are going to go, we're not going to go defensive, but we are going to go normal mentality, more of a balanced mentality, if you like. And just shut this game off now. Just see what we can do. Just shut this game down. We can't make any more subs. God, Ireland have scored again. Oh, wow. Wow. Now we are going to go defensive and go a little bit more direct. We're going to put men behind the ball. Yeah. I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking. I just want to make sure, okay? I just want to make sure we don't bottle it, really. Anderson's got his hat-trick. Fair play, Elliot Anderson. He's got his hat-trick. Ireland are down to 10. It's game over. We advance to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Quarter-final draw has been made. Denmark, Turkey, Argentina, Belgium, France, Poland, and England are going to be playing Japan in the quarterfinals. And I just got a notification through to say that Kamada is lighting up this World Cup. And you can see there, 2 goals and 2 assists in 3 games for the Crystal Palace midfielder. He is definitely one that we're going to have to watch. It kind of looks like they're playing a 3 at the back, which is interesting. How this is going to relate to our setup, I don't really know. They're going to have 2 10s pushing on to make their front 3 against our back 4. But if their wing backs really get high, that could cause us some problems. I don't think I'm going to want to change things too much in terms of our tactics. In fact, I'm probably going to continue with the diamond. But let's bear that in mind when we play this game against Japan. Argentina are through against Belgium. They're into the semi-finals. Turkey having an absolute storming competition. They have beaten Denmark 3-1. Jorgensen, the Denmark goalkeeper, getting sent off in the 49th minute. May have played a bit of a part in that, did it? Yeah, I mean, it was 1-1 at the time. So that's not the greatest of luck for Denmark. And now it's time for our quarterfinals. Can we join Argentina and Turkey in the quarterfinals? Rodgers is going to be out for 3 months. He's tore his groin. Nasty. There's no Eze for this one either. Okay. Or Henderson is going to come onto the bench and Pickford's going back into net. I think the starting lineup has to stay the same. Keep an eye on Gay and Stones, both on yellows. We could do without a suspension to one of them. Although Ezri Konsa did do pretty well when he played against Nigeria. He's probably one of the only players in that Nigeria game that came away with any credit. But here we go. World Cup. I was about to say FA Cup, but it's a World Cup quarter final. England versus Japan. Pickford, O'Reilly, Gay, Stones and James. Rice, Anderson, Mainu, Bellingham's your midfield, and Saka partnering Kane up front. Daichi Kamada is the one they've told me to watch out for. They're number 10. Crystal Palace's tricky midfielder. Is he going to cause us problems here? I've already voiced some concerns about their system and how we might struggle to certainly to defend against it. But we've gone one up through Kane. We have gone one up through Kane. And that's a good position to be in. Because it's probably going to draw Japan out a little bit. And my sort of system is all about the short passing, the movement from Bellingham, who's just made it 2, into that front 3 to sort of change our system, make it a little bit fluid. So giving them something to come out and attack probably isn't the worst position to be in. Yeah, we got 8 shots on goal. We're creating chances. That's good. I've taken it off attacking. Again, we'll just have a look at condition. looking at Reece James, I'm looking at Harry Kane, looking at Kobbie Mainoo here. Nico O'Reilly, actually, look at that. Nico O'Reilly is probably going to have to come off. He is on 80%. Who do we bring on here? It's going to have to be Livramento covering at left back. Yeah, I was just looking to see if there was any other options. There isn't really. But Livramento is going to come in at half-time to this quarter-final. It's not a bad position to be coming on in the World Cup. Jude Bellingham's made it 3 now. He is having a storming competition. He's running riot. Kane scoring goals. I think it's probably time to make some more changes. Reece James for Konza. And, I mean, it's probably going to be Mainoo coming off for Henderson. Just to save his legs. Mainoo's not Henderson's, of course. And we'll just push Stones up to sit alongside Anderson, who's having another great game after his hat-trick in his last appearance. I feel like that's good game management from England here. Are Japan... What are Japan doing? Are they changing anything? Oh, Stonesy. That's a... No. No. This isn't good. Rice is going to come in and play right back, which is a position that I do have concerns about. John Stones has picked up an injury. We was worried about suspension for John Stones pre-game. Bellingham's going to sit. As a team, we're just going to sit a bit more. Do we press? Maybe we don't press. We'll just sit and counter. We've got 8 minutes to go and we're 3-0 up. Let's just sit. Nothing silly now, boys. Let's sit and let's counter. I was going to see if Japan did anything to sort of change the way this game's going. They haven't. They've kept the same system, which surprises me a little bit because it clearly wasn't working when they were 2-0 down at half time. Bellingham scoring just after half time. This is a very confident England performance here. I am very, very worried about that injury to John Stones, though. Oh, and I was right to be worried. We lost Morgan Rogers. We've now lost John Stones. He's going to be out for 2 months with a calf strain. He is playing no further part in this tournament. It's not good. It's not good. How long is Eze? Eze is going to be out for another week. Okay. We need to figure something out here, I think. France are joining us in the semi-finals. 1-0 win against Poland. So it's Argentina, Turkey, England and France in the World Cup semis. And England will play France. Oh, I would have preferred the Turkey game, if I'm honest. But if you're going to be playing in a World Cup and if you want to win a World Cup, you're probably going to have to go and beat the best teams that are out there, aren't you? So Turkey versus Argentina for a spot in the World Cup final. Turkey have done it. Oh, in the 90th minute as well. What is it with red cards and injuries at this World Cup? But in the 90th minute, Hakan Çalhanoğlu has scored to put Turkey through to the World Cup. And there was me, literally, 30 seconds ago saying, oh yeah, I would have rather played Turkey. Maybe not, because although we beat Argentina, they put away some good teams, and it was a narrow win. But here we go. We have got our game to concentrate on now. France for a spot against Turkey in the World Cup final for Tuchel's men. We're going to go Pickford, O'Reilly, James. The back four did kind of pick itself up until now. Gay is going to partner. I think it's going to be Ezri Konsa. I think we're going to trust Ezri Konsa. I mean, the options are Konsa, Burn, Kwanzaa. It's going to be Ezri Konsa. That was my gut, and I'm going to stick to it. Livramento and Kwanzaa. Oh, sorry, I was going to put them on the bench. Let's pick the starting lineup first, shall we? Skipping ahead of myself. Declan Rice, Anderson, Mainu, Bellingham, and up front, Harry Kane and Bukayo Saka. And then on the bench, I can think about Livramento, Kwanzaa, Hendo, and then whoever else is fit, really. Rashford, Tony, Watkins. There we go. That is your side to play France for a shot at Turkey in the World Cup final. Here we go. France, what are they playing? They're playing a 4-2-3, narrow 3-1. That becomes a 4-2-1-3 really. Look at this side: Mbappe, Dembele, Cherki, Doué, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Gusto, who I'm a big fan of in real life, Saliba, Yoro, Digne, and Areola. And then on the bench, I've only got the likes of Mateta, Elise, Marcus Thuram to come on if things are not going their way. This is probably going to be our toughest game so far, for sure. This is a really, really good French side. But we have to believe we are a good English side in terms of the starting 11. Harry Kane puts us ahead. Maybe puts to bed some of those ghosts from the missed penalty against France. We all know what happened there. But that puts us in at the break 1-0 up. And we've battered them. We have absolutely battered them. 13 shots, 10 on target to their one shot. They haven't hit the target yet, France. But this game is far from over, believe me. Condition-wise, Harry Kane is struggling, but I can't take Harry Kane off this early. I can't do it. I won't do it. But we do need to keep an eye on him, probably around the 55, 60 minutes, which we're at now. And it's still 1-1. Harry Kane, who's having a good game, he's just a little bit tired, the boy. I fancy Rashford. I fancy the pace of Saka and Rashford. Because I think as they start to come at us, and they are going to come at us, we can go a little bit more direct and we can counter-attack. That's the thought process here. Counter-attack. There's going to be space in behind as they're trying to make something happen. I expect them to have a lot of possession here, which you'll see by the amount of blue we see in the commentary bar. But, I mean, so far so good. Saka's not having a great game, so we're going to take him off for Watkins. And then it's just O'Reilly, really, fitness-wise, for Tino. Is that going to be enough to see us through? Oh, they've had a penalty shout, but it is all over. And England, this England side, have made it through to a World Cup final. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you were all wrong about Thomas Tuchel. England are through to the World Cup final, and we're playing Turkey. Argentina are beating France in the third place playoff. But all attention is on England versus Turkey. I've managed to go through this whole video without saying those three words. And I think if you're an England fan, you know what three words I'm talking about. I'm gonna resist the temptation to do it and to sing the song for now. The team picks itself, really, doesn't it? This team absolutely does pick itself. There's no fitness worries here whatsoever. I think we've managed to squad quite well throughout. Your England starting lineup for the World Cup final: Pickford, O'Reilly, Gay, Konza, James, Rice, Anderson, Mainu, Bellingham, and in front of them Saka and Harry Kane. I'm intrigued to see what Turkey are doing. They're doing the same as France. They are doing the same as France, which, you know, could be a good omen. But let's kick off the World Cup final. Who's going to write their names into the history books for England? Who else? Who else but Jude Bellingham to put us 1-0 up? We started the game really, really well. Turkey haven't had a shot. I generally feel a little bit nervous about this, you know. Half time. Jude Bellingham's goal is all that separates England from Turkey in the World Cup final. No subs to be made at half time. I think I've learnt my lesson from using my subs too early. We've been stung a couple of times with players getting themselves sent off or injured or whatever. But still, Turkey are coming at us second half here. Turkey are coming at us. Which makes me think we might want to try and just liven it up and try and tip things back in our favour. Saka's going to come off. Rashford's going to come on for him. Do I want to maybe just... Do I want to take the foot off the gas a little bit, not leave us open? I've done it. I've gone back to normal from an attacking mentality. Another 10 minutes has passed with no events. We seem to have taken control again. We've got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left for these boys to become heroes. Condition-wise, O'Reilly's the only one I'm concerned about. Let's make that sub. O'Reilly for Tino. That's a sub we've made throughout this tournament, so I'm comfortable doing that. Maybe Henderson on. Maybe Henderson on for Mainu. Let's just see this out. Going to go direct. I'm not going to counter-attack. We're just going to kick it up to Kane, kick it up to Rashford, and hold our line at the back. We don't have to go gung-ho. And it's over. It is over. The World Cup is over. The years of hurt are over. Those 3 words is coming home. It is coming home, boys. And who else but Jude Bellingham to score the goal in the 8th minute. England had beaten Turkey in the World Cup final. You see the confirmation there. The FA are delighted, as they should be. And we have won the World Cup. Maybe I was wrong about Thomas Tuchel's side. Well, there you have it, guys. England get their hands on the World Cup finally, even if it is only in Championship Manager. Of course, we've had a little bit of fun with this. We wish the England boys all the best for the tournament out in the States. And Tommy Tuchel, maybe you got the selection right. Who knows? Who knows? I'm a Chelsea fan. I'll back you. If you have enjoyed today's content, please do give us a like, give us a subscribe, and check out some of the other videos on the channels. We've got some playlists going on, some playthroughs on Championship Manager. We've got some rebuildy type stuff coming up as well. So if you could give us some support, that would be much appreciated. And drop us a comment. Let us know, how are England going to do in the World Cup? Can they replicate what we have just done today? Who knows? Until I see you guys again, take care.